So another round of practicing our function algebra idea. Again, we're creating new functions by adding, subtracting, or multiplying, dividing. So again, I'm still using f as this quadratic, g as this line, h is this radical one, square root function, and r is a rational one. So the next function I want to build is called g plus r. Okay, so the new function g plus r is whatever g of x is plus r of x. Of course, g of x is 3 minus 4x, and r of x is x plus 1 over x minus 2. Okay, so far so good, in terms of just the adding. But what we usually like to do is simplify. Like up here, we were able to combine like terms. So here I got to add fractions. So going back into the archives, right, the LCD is x minus 2, right? Remember that's over 1. So if I multiply both top and bottom by x minus 2, right, what we end up with, let me bring it over here, is 3 minus 4x times x minus 2 all over x minus 2 plus x plus 1 over x minus 2. All right, so that we're trying to simplify this answer. So fair enough in terms of adding. We're adding fractions, so we got a little bit of work. The x minus 2 is good, but now I got to add up all the stuff upstairs. So essentially I have to FOIL this out, all right, and add it to x plus 1. So I believe we end up with, what do we end up with here? 3x minus 6, right, minus 4x squared plus 8x plus x plus 1. And so when all said and done here, we have an x minus 2 in the denominator. It looks like a negative 4x squared plus 11x. No way, actually plus 12x, right? And then a negative 6 and a plus 1 is negative 5. All right, and so there, in a very complicated fashion, is our new function g plus r of x. Okay, so a little bit more going on there, right? It's not as simple as up here where we were just pushing polynomials around. Here we're adding polynomials to rationals, and so we'll go back to, I think, our review when we were adding fractions, basically rational expressions. All right, so a little more complicated. What's the function h minus g look like? Well, again, this is just h of x minus g of x, and in this case, h of x is the square root function, and we're going to subtract the line function like that. And this one's a lot easier to clean up because that's basically all I have, right? So there's no fractions to add, there's no combinations of like terms, just distributing the negative. So there's our new function, all right, called h minus g of x for the situation that is given. And so we're solid, we're ready to go. What about the function f times r, right? So again, this is f of x times r of x, and so f of x is defined to be x squared minus 2x minus 3, and we're multiplying it to x plus 1 over x minus 2. So again, essentially up here we were adding fractions, down here we are subtracting fractions, or excuse me, multiplying fractions. So upstairs, right, let me bring this higher. If we FOIL everything out, we have an x cubed plus x squared minus a 2x squared minus a 2x minus a 3x minus 3. And this is all over x minus 2. So we get x cubed. Let's see, it looks like a minus x squared, a minus 5x, and a minus 3 all over x minus 2. So there's our new function called f times r of x. So again, a little bit more going on in terms of simplification because we do know how to multiply fractions together, right? Top to top, bottom to bottom, and I apologize. It looks like I was kind of losing you guys there. Hope I got the brunt of it. Next one, we have the function, the new function is called h divided by g. All right, so in practice, that's just h of x divided by g of x. And so my h of x is defined to be, right, the square root of x plus 2, and my g of x is the line 3 minus 4x. So that, again, is very fortunate. Not much more we have to do. There's no fractions to add or multiply or divide, nothing to combine like terms, so we're done. Right? So we have basically our new function. So there you have it, right? How to create a new function by adding, subtracting, or multiplying, dividing the ones we have, right? Make sure that you simplify where possible. In the case of polynomials, we're basically back to some really good old-fashioned math where we're combining like terms or distributing or FOILing out. If there's a rational function involved, we have to remember how to add fractions, how to multiply fractions, maybe even divide fractions if they come up. All right, so let me stop there. Again, we're about 6 minutes into this, and we have another round, but it's slightly different than what we've been doing. So let me pause and cut to another video to kind of show you how we do F, G, H, and I down here at the bottom. Talk to you later.